Hello. Good evening, everybody. Here she is, the star of the show. I thought I'd take her off my shelf. Put her over here on my desk. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Outfit check. And the crowd goes mild. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. If you are a chronically committed wetsy, you may recognize this sweatshirt. This was I literally wore this every day, especially on stream. I wore this sweatshirt constantly. I thrifted it at a church thrift store in my neighborhood that was run out of a house for like $3 or $4. It is a double XL. It is long as hell. And I used to wear this all the time when I was home and depressed and wanted to kill myself. And I was really, really thin. And I have not worn it in years. And I was going through my closet today because I finally put away the Christmas stuff that has been in a pile over here. Put away the Christmas stuff. And I found it while I was in there. And I was like, I should wear this today. Especially now that I'm just beefy and huge. And it fits so nice. Like, because I usually wear like a large and an extra large nowadays. So a 2XL fits very nicely. But it's very long, so I tucked it in. But I was just like, I'm so healed and buff, and I'm revisiting old fashion, but it's cute. I like how it sits on my neck, and like the sleeves, like, I don't know, I really like it. So, repurposing old clothing instead of buying more. Your blonde is almost gone. I know. It's already been like, I got it end of October, so like November, December, January, February, almost 5 months since I got my hair done. I think probably sometime in like April or May, I'd like to get it touched up. I'd like to be blonde again for a while. I think that would be cute. Very, very cute. But yeah, for now, just riding it out. I don't want to go in too much because I don't want to destroy my scalp with the bleach. But I do like being blonde. It's been nice to have my brown hair again though. I've been like, that's the me I've always known. I remember him. It's nice to treat the blonde as like a little treat. You know, like a special occasion instead of an all-time thing. All the time thing. But yeah. Hello, everyone. Kiwi Swan. Thank you so much. I almost wore that outfit today. That exact outfit that Rich drew me in. But I decided to wear this instead. Kiwi Swan, thank you so much for the 57-month resub. Hello, Meryl Streep, Rancher Lex, Aulero, Marcine, Kebby, Pixie Sylveon. Hello Jargon, Orange Shy Guy, Pickled Lennon, Huntober, Amy, Alan, Toadley, Baby Tortuga, Bite Size Beetles, Carmelian, Topher. Is it open book? I have not heard the phrase, is it open book, in years. That's so funny. Jelly Scoot, hello. There's a test? Is it open book? No. No, it's not. But when it was, if you didn't get 100 on an open book test, that's a problem. That's a problem. So, we're taking a break today from Lapras because I need to find a shiny. I need to talk to a gay person. Like, I need that energy. I need that shiny energy in my life. Just to feel something. So, we're gonna horde hunt. It's all in me! Well done, baby! I do it naturally!
I didn't know you could sing.
I didn't know you could sing.
I didn't know you could sing.
I didn't know you could sing. I'm every woman. It's all in me.
Have you ever seen such a beautiful woman?
Hi, Soda Boy.
I can almost kiss Soda for being so cute.
I got him.
Hello. Hello. We're gonna horde hunt for Marie.
Would you make your going live thing?
Finding a shiny tonight.
And what's the title?
Finding a shiny tonight. Hi.
Staying live until I find a shiny.
Not ending stream till I find a shiny, and then as soon as I find it, I end it. I don't even try to catch it.
Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of a shoulder there.
Yeah, you are. You have
Hate
nice
to say
shoulders.
it.
Yeah. Hi, buddy. I'm baby soda.
And I am baby. I'm a baby little puppy. And I'm a doggy dog.
Mwah. I love you.
Come on, guys.
You gonna go? You gonna go, Soda Boy? Go. Go, Soda Boy. He's so little. He's so little. Go, Soda. Go, little man. Do you want to sit on my lap still? Alright. Fine, you could sit. Or do you want to leave? Make up your mind. I'm taking him out of here. Hi, Ruby. Ay, ay, ay. These dogs. I can't do anything with them around. They're just too cute. Name a woman. I was gonna say Chikorita. But they gotta be real. Did you know Christy Carlson Romano from Even Stevens got shot in the eye with a BB gun? Or something. She got shot in the eye. She's not my woman. I think people don't like her right now. But yeah, she went hunting or something with her boyfriend for his birthday. And she got shot in the eye by somebody. Hello, I got the Discord notification, but not a push. It's a 50-50 on whether I get one. This website is trying to keep me down. Also, I probably have talked about this. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Tori. Hello, Antonio. Hello, Mads. Thank you for the 30-month resub. Oh, I still gotta name a woman. Hillary Duff. I have beef. And I don't know if I feel like tweeting about this because it's long since old news. So I feel like it's not worth it. I'll just wait till it inevitably happens again in 2025. But I was so mad, and I still am, that Grindr, their streamer of the year, their gamer of the year, was Ludwig. as far as I know, straight guy. That shit pissed me off so much. That shit pissed me off so much. Because it was like, ooh, how funny, how funny. But also, like, gay people can't even uplift their own fucking kind. It pissed me off so much. And I had forgotten about it until yesterday. Twitch posted the Twitch Elite Four, what their teams would be. And not a single one of those fucking people, as far as I know, are Pokemon streamers. I was like, really? You don't want to uplift the Pokemon creators on this platform? Also, the Grinder thing, so that reminded me of the Grinder award. And that shit pissed me off. Because I'm like, if you're gonna award a straight person with a gay person award, at least give it to Hassan, who spends several hours every day defending trans people. Like, if you're not gonna give it to a gay person, a queer person, that shit pissed me off so much. But it is stale tea, so I will wait till it inevitably happens again next year. And I will rant about it then. It was because there's this guy, I don't fucking know who the hell he is, but people are accusing him of queer baiting to promote his music. Which I go back and forth of whether or not I think real people can queer bait. I think after a certain point, especially if you're a public figure, if it's clear that it's a bit and you're not actually gonna like even say like you're just questioning, like, that shit pisses me off. That's how I feel about gay actors who stay closeted in order to get roles. Like, I understand that you will be denied roles because you are gay. But how are we gonna change that if people who are in powerful positions in Hollywood don't come out and make it known? And there are people that I know about through the grapevine that I will not out because that is not my place. But if they came out, it would change so much. It's actually baffling to think about. And it bothers me so much. So much. I just got here and I'm sure this is about something important, but your growing love for Hassan is so funny to me. It's just, I just think he does a really good, he's doing something that I could never, which is have the mental stamina to talk politics all day, every day, and argue with people trying to have bad faith arguments with him all day. I could literally never mentally handle that. I can barely handle it just scrolling through Twitter, and I'm not even in an argument. I'm reading other people's fights. I can't even handle that. So, plus it keeps me informed. It's just like I really have had to like scale back the amount of like keeping up with everything to like 2 to 3 days a week, and I get all my information through Hassan. So it's fact checked, and like I get like a lens to understand the context, the coconut tree of it all. So I get all my news from a Canadian personally. That's cool. Not me. If you try to keep up with everything every day, it will destroy you. Humans were not meant to know this much. We just were not. And I try to remind myself that when I feel guilty about not checking the news that day. Like, if I go one day without checking it, I'm like, well, I'm not informed. And then ignorance is a privilege. And, like, I'm like, okay, I gotta not keep outwoking myself. So, anyway. So, we're here. It's an OCD thing, because I do it too. Oh, yeah, I bet. My brain also, like, because I spend so much time online and have for so many years, I hear, like, there's like a little fucking jury in my brain analyzing everything I do, waiting to cancel me for it. Like, wait, like, don't, ooh. You better throw that piece of paper into a recycling bin in the proper bin at Target. At checkout, you better throw your receipt in the landfill one instead of the regular trash one, or else you're contributing to a problem. Like, it's literally like, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't fucking take it. Most days. I have woke OCD. Woke CD. Bitch, I'm trying to have Sonic CD, not OCD. Please. You know what would make you feel better? Carrying me through a terror raid. You bet, girl. Okay. So we're gonna hunt Mareep. That's the plan today, because I want to find a shiny very quickly. And then we'll go back to Lapras. But I just need that feeling of like, ooh, there she is. I'm so excited. Ooh, Pachirisu Horde. What? I think this is from the Horde mod that I have. I will take a shiny Pachirisu. That is fierce. Hold on. Let me see. Nora XY Horde mod. This is how I find out something. This is how I find out information about one of my friends' things. I Google her name. Okay. So this route, I switched it to having Pachirisu, Chatot, Miltank Tauros instead of Mareep. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave that one game to be a Pachirisu game, and then the other two will be Mareep. And if I get the Pachirisu, work, because I would like to hunt that at some point anyway. My controller's all fakakta. Are you taking a break from Lapras? Yes, I am. I am taking a break from Lapras, just to see if I get something, and then I will go back to it. I'm glad I found a couple shinies in Legends Arceus yesterday, because I'm going crazy. I cannot stop thinking about ZA. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm so excited. This is the first time I've been excited for a Pokemon game since Arceus. So not that long, actually. It's been a few years. But in terms of like how many iterations they've put out since then, it's only been Scarlet Violet. But I have not cared about Pokemon since 2022. Or maybe 2023. Which has been hard, because it's my favorite thing ever. I can't wait until I hunt everything that I've hunted in this badge quest all over again in ZA. And I don't even care. I plan on doing a Mega Evolution Shiny quest in this playthrough. I've kind of been doing it as I played through the game already. I have Lucario. I'm getting the starters. I have Squirtle already. And I'm probably gonna do that all over again in ZA. But I'm so relieved that it looked good. What do I have notes? 100%. But base level, they're doing the bare minimum, and you know what? I kind of have given up. And I'll take it. I'll fucking take bare minimum at this point. The bar is low. The bar's in hell. Hi, Danny. Electric and pink shiny, so same thing. Yeah, I've hunted shiny Pachirisu into so many games now. Now that I think about it. It's one of my favorite shinies. And just favorite Pokemon. The way my heart sunk looking at the ugly train station. I got nervous. Well, girl, how old are you? Because I'm getting nervous. I was getting very nervous. But it came around. I just think that they are trying really hard to pull off an art direction that is just not gonna work with their level of like game development in 3D abilities, I guess. Saying a lot, that's a lot coming from someone who's never made a game in my life, but like clearly it's not working for them, right? And they don't give themselves enough time to do it. Clearly they gave them more time for ZA because of Scarlet Violet, which thank God. But it's just so weird. Like, I feel like you don't have to be a game developer to like have the common sense of like, let's, woo, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Okay. You don't have to be a game developer to have the common sense of like, let's try not to do photorealistic graphics on the Switch. Because it can't do it. You know? I got a shiny tonight. Yay! Woo! Alright, well thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna talk to you later. No, I'll keep hunting. I'll switch these games to have the patch turned on so we could do Pachirisu. Because I would like Pachirisu. That was crazy. I didn't even do a prediction. Oops. Wow. Dopamine acquired, back to Lapras. I know, right? Did anybody clip that? I should have done it myself. You've had so many crazy shinies in these games. I know. The fact that I got another Plusle in a Horde of Minun off stream pissed me off. Okay, I'm going to switch to something a little stronger here than Pikachu. Let me use my Tepig stylus that has a bunch of pen ink on it that I need to clean off. I had a Snivy and an Oshawott. I don't know what happened to either of them. I haven't had the Oshawott one in years, but I have had the Snivy one recently enough. It's probably somewhere on my desk. I just can't see it right now. Okay. Mega Drain on this one. God, this is gonna take fucking 10 years. Okay. At least it's a one shot. Was every Mareep female in this horde? 4 of them were. Okay, Mega Drain, the middle one. Unfortunately, I won't be able to add a clip to the command. God, really? 1 fucking HP. I didn't realize I had animations turned on. I'm excited for more megas. I'm so curious to see which Pokemon are going to get Mega Evolutions. It's very exciting to think about, because there's just so many new ones that they could do. And I hope that most of them are from newer gens, because I think that's just very exciting to me. I wonder if we'll finally get Flygon. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Do you like silly/funny megas? Yeah. I like slow bro. But can you find 2 shiny? Good question. Okay. I'll just try a timer ball. It's gonna look terrible, but whatever. Alright, Shiny Mareep. What should we name it? Wristwatch? What? What's the thought process behind that one? Meep. I do nickname a lot of my Mareep Meep. Oh, to match the timer ball. Not your best, but thank you for trying. Ole mole. Yeah! Ole mole. Ole mole. Dallas would have appreciated it. I think I know him a little better. I don't think he would have. Let's check him out. I think you can get Ampharosite in the storyline. I don't think you have to wait till post-game for it. Does it have static? Yeah, so I could use this as my static Pokemon now instead of Pikachu. I just have to have it faint, so it's not in the front every time. He named a Nidoran Pen. Okay. Pink, like Mareep. Not much different, but pretty close. Alright, let's see what it looks like in battle. Hello, Pachirisu. Ole mole. Ole mole. "90 encounters" is so funny. That is so stupid that I got that so fast. Should I keep doing hordes? Or should I switch back to Lapras? I'll do a poll. In fact, let me do Lapras hordes, or should I go back to hunting Esper as a solo hunt? I want to evolve it into Flaffy already. It's one level away. All right. Hey, Chunks. So, Chunks, huh? Slap, 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 slap. So, Chunks, huh? Hello, Mando. Hola mole. Do you have fly, or would you have to walk back? I would have to walk back. But I'll do it. You can get there pretty quickly. I have the bike, so. So, Chunks, huh? Alright. Lapras and Esper are pretty close. Chris! Thank you for the 58-month resub. Thank you, thank you. Do you think the roller skates will make a return in ZA? Ooh, that's a good question. That is a very good question. I would hope so. I think that would be very cool. Hello, Maddie. You catch more flies with honey than salt. Who wants flies? I want fries. If you have like fruit flies in your house and you want to get rid of them, it would be useful. I know we want ride Pokemon, but I want a crunch moped. Were there NPCs on skates in the trailer? I didn't notice any. Okay, so the vote is Esper, but Hordes did get some votes. So I'm gonna do a quick 1-minute poll. Esper or Lapras? Let me run from this one and get out of here. Damn, Esper's taking it. Okay, we'll go back to hunting Esper then. The Esper crowd is pretty committed here. Okay. Let me just make sure my party's set up. Okay. Esper is deep state, y'all. Don't fall for it. Has anyone noticed if Pokemon sizes are still a thing in the trailer? It looks like they are not. Onyx was as tall as the trainer, and maybe it was just a tiny Onyx, but I feel like most of the Pokemon are gonna be pretty typical sized, I think. Which I feel bad. I'm pretty sad about it for like the big Pokemon. But for the little Pokemon, it's gonna make it not annoying to shiny hunt them. So, although shiny Sparkle is confirmed back because of people who hacked Game Freak and played a leaked version of the game, so it doesn't really matter at that point. Okay. Move Mareep over here. Unfortunately, there is no clip for Mareep. Sorry, y'all. I'll go back and make a clip after my meal. Thank you, Danny. I don't... Oh, the VOD's not public. Annoying. And you are just as bad as a serial killer because you looked at the leaks. Who was saying that? Pokemon fans have a special type of stupid, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's a real thing somebody said. They're a unique brand of insufferable that I can't put up with anymore. The X and Y shaped guy? No way. Not even joking. We are oomps, but that is infuriatingly obnoxious. We are oomps, but I can't stand it. I don't think he said serial killer. I was hyperbolizing. They didn't say killer, but they said looking at leaks is just as bad as doing the hacking. Okay, well. Okay. No comment. Oomps or moots? Both, I guess. That red is very becoming on you. Thank you. This is, I talked about it earlier in the stream. This is an OG stream sweater. This is my stream bejeweled at 3 o'clock in the morning talking about how I want to kill myself sweater. I've beefed up and now it doesn't hang off of me like a fucking curtain. But yeah, I think I look very good in maroon, which thank God, because both my elementary school and my high school's uniforms involved maroon in some way. Maroon, gray, and gold were the uniforms for both my high school and my elementary school. So I was able to reuse a lot of my elementary school gym clothes for a while into high school and save money. Also, I went to the same high school as one of my mom's friends' older sons. So I got to use their hand-me-downs too. It really is so nice to see you doing well now, having followed you since the 4 a.m. Bejeweled days. Not to be cornball or anything. You know, sometimes a cornball is delicious, and it's important to have. And fuck the ugly uniforms in Songbird and Snakes. They are hideous. Oh, this is a trainer battle? What the fuck? I didn't fight this girl? Jimmy Muscle Bear arc beginning. I do need a CPAP. Back in the day when I was still Pash K. The gag when I found out you were Pash K. Like, the actual gag. If you've ever changed your name in this stream, I need you to tell me who you used to be. Because there are some names that I have filed away deep in the recesses of my mind that if I saw written out, I would absolutely gag. I'm a Beautifly. No way. Crazy. Why don't you give me gift subs anymore? This awful fucking song. I was Toon Harvester. I do remember Toon Harvester, sir. I was Cebollas. The way I thought Slayas Mama was Latino because of their username. I was like, oh, they're Latino. I went from my full legal name to wear diaper to present. Might surprise you, but I used to be Light the Wolf. I would never be able to forget that. I actually still refer to you as that. Love onions. I do love a good onion. I know I changed my name for like a month last year, but I'll probably be Rattan Whip until I die. It's so good. It is very good. I remember when David bribed you to be his friend. He kind of did pay me to be his friend. In a way, yeah. Gay cheese gamer. That's so crazy. I want to be Dreepy Poo Poo. Damn, I was so funny when me and Dallas were long distance. What happened? Even you might not know this, Jimmy, but before I was Eppershand, I was Requenza. That kind of sounds familiar, but I might be gaslighting myself into thinking that. It's familiar because it was me. Okay. Distance makes the heart grow more desperate to be funny. We talk sometimes about how we miss how often we used to text each other. Because we have no reason to text each other unless it's like, hey, they're out of plain bagels. Which one do you want instead? Because we live together and we're around each other all the time. The only time we text is when he's like out of town. And I'm like, oh my god, remember when we used to text? Remember when iMessage darts held our relationship together like a super adhesive glue during COVID? I credit it to our success, truly. Sometimes I feel like all my jokes here are just dog whistles for 3 people. Because they are. You feel that way because it's true. Every time I read one of your messages, I know that it's not even for me. And I've always said I'm very grounded in reality. And I've always said I'm quite normal. I have like 2 boxes of eggs to hatch in one of these games. I was saving them up to do a full odds hatching stream. But then I realized how much I would fucking hate doing that. Yeah, I've got 2 full boxes of Froakie eggs on one of these games, and then like 3 Fennekin eggs that I was stockpiling. And then I was like, I give up. I'm just not gonna hunt the Kalos starters this way. I might do Masuda, we'll see. I'll have to go through my Pokemon bank. That could be a fun stream. I probably have some Japanese Dittos in there that I can trade over. Okay. I'm tired of waiting for someone to set me up, tricking you into thinking my dead name was Jimmy. Everyone's a little too woke. I would gag. I'd be like, and what was wrong with that? What's so bad about being named Jimmy? Why did you change it? Oh, I should put Esper back on my screen. How would you feel if someone transitioned and stole your name? That fucking post that's like, why do you look like me? It would be very Nachosian, that's for sure, but I would support them regardless. Hello, Lauren. My stream's going great so far. 3 minutes into hunting, I found a shiny Mareep. So that's great. You should ask Lauren why he didn't pick Jimmy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Jimmy? Yeah. What if Dallas wanted to change his name to Jimmy? I would be concerned. There was a guy once that I matched with on Tinder that I thought was very cute, but his name was Jimmy, or maybe James. And I matched with him, and I said, I just need you to know, 1, I saw your viral tweet, it was funny, and 2, you're cute, but this would never work, because we're both named James. And they were like, true. And then I unmatched them. And then they appeared on my Twitter timeline like a week ago. So I followed them and they followed me back. They are buff now. They were a twink. I was like, ah, the pipeline for all Jameses. I remember in high school, there was another Jimmy in my graduating class that a bunch of my friends were also friends with, and I never interacted with this guy. But I remember being like, I don't like it. I couldn't date another Robert. I think I'm referring to myself in third person. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't date another James or a Jimmy. I couldn't even really date anyone that has like the name of my cousin, really. Any of my cousins. I have a cousin Johnny, and I did go on a date with a guy named John. But it didn't work out. It was a horrible date. Who calls you James? No one really. Sometimes my grandmother, if I call her, she'll be like, hello, James. But it's usually, hello, my dear. Hello, my darling. But yeah, no one really does. I could see myself going by James maybe when I'm in my 40s. But I just feel like Jimmy's so fun. It portrays my, like, light spirit, you know? My youthful vibe that I bring to the table. I grew up never been able to find my name on personalized stuff at the store, and it gave me a complex about people having the same name as me. Like, why are you me? I'm the only me. My dad also has the same name as me, and as did his dad, and as did his dad. So I kind of never really cared in that department. It was only if they are the same age as me that I had an issue. I am the 4th and the last James Wetzel. Because I don't plan on having children. And if I did, I would not name them after myself. First of all, I would want to have a girl. I don't think I could handle having a boy, like a son. Especially if they are straight or like sports. Like, I couldn't do it. Dallas would be okay, though. He likes sports. But I couldn't. Not that girls aren't into sports, but like, I just think we'd have more in common. Like, I need to be able to queen out with my daughter. I'm taking a break from Lapras. Taking a break. What if you get a Frankie? I've had a crush on 2 Frankies in my life. Grande. That's right. 3 Frankies. You're kind of like the human Bowser Jr. We got Chili's last night. We got Chili's to go. I got the Cajun pasta, which is just Cajun seasoned chicken and Alfredo. It was so fucking good. And when I went to pick up my order, the girl working there was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Jimmy." She was like, "I knew it. As soon as you walked in, I was like, that's a Jimmy. Here you go." And I was just like, and she was like, "Enjoy your meal. Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And that was the first time I've ever been told that. I've been told I look like a Steven. I have been told I look like a Rob. I have never been told I look like a Jimmy. They're going to start recognizing us. Oh, absolutely. They are absolutely going to start recognizing us. You do look like a Rob. One of my friends, her uncle was named Rob. And he would come over sometimes because he was like a mechanic. And he was friends with my dad. And I thought he was so hot. Hello, Hannah. I wouldn't know what to do if I adopted and they ended up a 6'6" linebacker. I would be like, "You're gonna make daddy rich. We are gonna get you into the best college, and we're gonna get you into the NFL, and I'm never gonna have to work a day in my life ever again." Yes. That's my impression of a Southern mom who is really into how not famous her son is. I think that's actually an SNL character that they just did. It's like mom whose son just got signed to the NFL, and he's like, "Hey, hi," and she's like already buying new cars and shit. People never guess my name, but they always guess a name with the same initial, interestingly. That sounds like a Professor Layton puzzle. What's the name some kid called you in the street? Faggot? Steven? Steven? No. No, not Steven. I'm not Steven. I don't know who you think I am, but it's okay, the bot is private. Yeah. This fucking lullaby that is playing right now, pissing me off. I re-signed up for Factor, not sponsored, because I just don't have enough time to cook. And I need the protein intake. So I signed back up. Because I'm tired of having to order food all the time. What music is this? This is my playlist. I will share it. I love when New Yorkers say off. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the few, like, New York way of saying things that I still say. Like, I don't really say coffee. I say coffee. I don't say talk too much unless I'm pissed off. It really slips back out when I'm pissed, I noticed. But there are times where people are like, "No, you definitely still have an accent. You say you don't, but you do." You don't say few. You say almost everything in a New York accent. You just don't know. That makes me so happy. Because it's not that I'm like, I need to have my New York accent. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I need everyone to know. It's more that I was made fun of for having it when I was a teenager by my friends that were in their 20s, and I didn't understand that they were just being playful, and I thought it was something fundamentally wrong with me, so I made a conscious effort to change how I talk in order to be accepted. And that just makes me so sad when I think back on it. Mary, Mary, and Mary thing. Yeah, I do. Merry Christmas. We got married. Mary had a little lamb. Yeah, that is how I say it. It's so interesting because on The Nanny, they say, I'm getting married. So I'm like, I wonder if it's like a Bronx thing versus Queens thing. That Ethel clip was truly scarily close to you. Yes, I'm pulling this up because I have never felt more I'm in this. Oh, thank God. I did not show Twitter right now. Okay, anyway. I have never felt more I'm in this photo and I don't like it than this fucking video of Ethel Cain. That's who this is, right? I still have not really listened to any of her music, but I've watched so many things about her. Like, I watched her Zelda Switch unboxing, but I've never actually listened to any of her music. But I'm a fan of her calling for murders of CEOs.
Oh my god. When I was in high school, I got in big trouble with my mom because I used her printer and all of her printer ink to print out a 136 page Twilight Princess Link and Ganon fanfiction that I found on AO3. I printed the whole thing out, the whole thing, punched it, like hole punched it, put it in a 3-ring binder and kept it under my bed. And she never found the fanfiction. She just knew that I used all of her ink and I got in big trouble. But it was a good fanfiction. That didn't even answer your question. So I don't know why I just told you that. Oh my god. When I was in high school,
The fact that it was that didn't even answer your question. I was like, she doesn't know it, but she has wetsy blood. She doesn't know it, but she has wetsy blood. I would be such good friends with her. I really would. We would queen out. Out. I was like, wow. That's literally a clip of me in that moment. That's crazy. That's literally me talking about the brown Sharpie. Unprompted. Literally exactly what I was thinking. What's the brown Sharpie? Do I want to know? Yeah, you can get a lot of context clues from your own username. I'm eating, please do not. I'm fighting the urge to talk about it. I'm fighting the urge to share. I can't. I have to say it. I have to say it. I have to talk about it. This is like when they tell a toddler they can't eat the marshmallow. If you don't eat it now, you can have 2 later.
The dogs have been fed, Daddy. Are you still alive?
Did you hear that I got Mareep at 90 encounters?
Did you wrap it up? We're live until I get a shiny right. I'm not shocked.
So
did you already have Maria?
No, so I'm doing Esper again.
I'm not shocked at all, man. You put in all the work for your soft reset hunt and then ate it out on a fucking horde.
On a beautiful little sheep.
She said,
"Moo." Moo.
She found her moo.
Moo. Moo. Moo.
Not bad. I found a shiny Marie while streaming.
Moo. I thought I heard the dogs coming here.
Now they're eating.
I've had enough. I'm going to buy a small cheese pizza. Ugh, I wish that were me.
She might be getting pizza, but me and Han got beef. We're not getting pizza.
Damn. That one scary baby elephant.
What?
I,
don't know what
I think they talked about it on Just Trish, and then we looked up a picture. I think it was the Christmas episode. We were all together, and I held up a picture of it, and I think Trish's mom might have went, "Ew." I can't remember. That shit killed me. Her mom is my favorite guest they ever had on that podcast. She fully was like, I used to think Hunger Games was real. I didn't know it was a movie. She could never be Moodang. Another one of my favorite moments on the podcast, it went viral on TikTok, was Oscar telling Trish about Moodang and Trish getting visibly threatened by Moodang's success. Like, feeling actually jealous of Moodang. Like, oh my god, it's one of my favorite moments on the podcast ever. It's so funny. Moodang fell off. Moodang is in the Kia Zoo. She voted for Trump and it was over for her. I have a little Moodang sticker. And it's a sticker that you pair with another sticker. Where it's Moodang biting something, and then if you put like another sticker, it looks like underneath it looks like Moodang's biting it. But I don't have anything I want to pair it with yet. And I have to put the Moodang sticker on top of it. So I'm waiting until I have like a cute little food sticker to put on my water bottle, and then I will put Moodang on my water bottle. Moodang nachos expired. I fear sis asylum. Moodang Kia asylum nachos. Purple heart. This. Hang on. This fucking tweet. This fucking tweet has been like killing me. This tweet has been killing me for at least a week now. It's because it fucking means nothing. It means fucking but yet I understand it. And the fucking picture of AJ is so funny to me. Like, it's so like, yeah, I clocked it. And you're surprised. And so... oh my god, it's so funny to me. Whew.
Hi, Trudy Booty. Come in.
Hi, Trudy. Hi, Truda. Hi, Trudy. My Trudy. Hello. Hi, Trudy. Hi. Hello. Oh my God.
My Trudy.
My Trudy. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Trudy.
Hi, Ruby.
Bye-bye. Ole mole. Ole mole. Ole mole. Yesterday, Dallas watched Ya Ya Ya. And I was like, is that your first time fucking seeing that video? I told him he was lucky that he was out of town when I was obsessed with that video. Because he would have been so annoyed, he would have probably broken up with me. It's pronounced quack quabble. Ow. Sorry. I so badly I I want to consume. Girl, what was that? It's my desk has metal legs, and then to keep the legs from like wobbling, it has like a metal plank that sits between the two of them, and I smack it all the time, and it makes that noise because it's just like a big wobbly sheet of metal. Unfortunately, I am kind of in I'm addicted to overconsumption era. I'm not actually spending copious amounts of money because I don't have that, but I yearn to buy a ton of clothes. But instead, I just bookmark them on Instagram for later and then forget to buy them. And I get the same dopamine rush as buying them, which is actually a really great hack. You're autistic. You get a free pass to consume things. That's true. I really want like cute outfits. Like I keep getting like, I've been getting a lot of like people styling like clothes lately and like doing like outfit of the day stuff. I've actually been really intrigued and impressed by what I've been seeing, and like it actually feels like something I would want to wear too. And I'm just like, ugh, I wish I had cool clothes to wear, and especially, it's really, the thing I need the most right now is shoes. I have one pair of sneakers, and I've been that way for as long as I can remember. I wear the same pair of shoes until they start literally falling apart, and then I buy new ones. So I buy a new pair of shoes like once, maybe twice a year, if that. And I just want more options with like cute outfits. I've been wanting chunky Fila type sneakers for years, and I just don't know where to get them and make sure that they fit right. You should get a good pair of black boots. So I actually have like, I bought these at a thrift store. Oh, they're in the closet. I don't feel like getting them. I have really tall. Oh, I have a picture from the Hunger Games. So I bought them at a thrift store for my PETA costume. Oh, they're not in the shot. But they are literally like, they lace up to my knees. And I don't need that much. I would like a good pair of like Doc Martens or something. I also would really love a nice pair of Converse. I've never had Converse before. Oh, don't tempt me, Alex. I love a flip-flop. Old Navy $2 flip-flops were like the fucking bee's knees for me as a child. But yeah, the only like real cute clothes that I have don't really fit anymore. That's the guys, that's the downside of just getting so jacked and huge. It's a risk you gotta take. You look like a Birkenstocks kind of guy. I actually would fuck with Birkenstocks hardcore. I think a guy with hairy feet in a sandal is so sexy. And I don't even have a foot fetish. But like a guy with like hairy legs and like a Birkenstock, like that's sexy to me. And I know I'm in the minority for that. A lot of women hate seeing men in sandals. It's not foot fetish, but it's the dad vibes. It just feels very White Lotus to me. For real, I've gone up 4 waist sizes. I can't keep buying new clothes. Yeah, there's a lot of clothes that I like, cute pants that I own that I have not been able to wear anymore. Because I bought them when I was like a 30. And now I wear 34 to 36, depending on the fabric. If it has a little give, I'll get them a little tighter. But I also am in my era where I like to show ankle, so I usually wear like a 30 length pant, but I'm more into wearing like a 28 to like 26 now length because I like showing like my socks and a little ankle. I think it looks cute. And I could always go like get my pants tailored if I want, but like that's just a extra step in the process that I'm like, if I look hard enough, I can find them. But a lot of stores do not carry pants shorter than 30, which is crazy to me because there are a lot of men that are shorter than that, which is so, it's so wild to me that they don't carry it. Like Dallas can usually never buy pants in stores because he usually wears like a 28 length. Like Old Navy does not have any pants below 30 length. It is I will say it is a very like healing feeling when I put on a shirt that I haven't worn in a while and it's very tight. And I'm like, ah, like the hard work I'm putting in is actually working. But then I'm like, ah, well, I guess I'll cut the sleeves off and wear this as a gym shirt. And now that is most of my wardrobe is just stuff I would wear to the gym. As a short man myself, 5'3", that hit me. I can never find 28 length. It's hard. Yeah, it's very annoying. And like, I'm fortunate enough that like I am tall enough that like a 30 is not stupidly long on me. Like that's usually what I would wear. But wanting to change my style a little bit has made me aware of the problem. And also obviously Dallas. But the world is anti-short men. This is why male loneliness is real and the doing of evil women. I've been doing a lot of leg exercises lately because I'm like, I really want to train my legs more and just have like just fucking tree trunks. Especially because I just wear such short shorts all the time. I'm like, I really want to like really tone my legs more. So I've been doing deadlifts at home every other day, if I remember, / have the time. Yeah, I might start doing the bike machine at the gym as well, and just like watching a show or something. I just hate doing cardio so much. I find it so not mentally stimulating for me. I get so bored. But it is very good for your legs. You're like at the perfect height to work out hams, quads, equally on squats. Yeah, I need to get into my squat era again. I haven't done squats in years. I do work out my legs, but I do like the leg press and the thigh curl, whatever. But I haven't done squats in a long time. Mostly because I don't like the squat racks at Planet Fitness. But I'll deal with it. But I used to do them all the time. The only exercises I ever did when I first started working out was squats, deadlifts, and bench press. And then occasionally like bicep curls. But that was pretty much all I did when I first started lifting back when I was like 19. And I didn't work out for like 3 years. That's something that I get very, like, I have to remind myself, like, when I'm on Instagram and I see a guy. Also, the amount of steroid use on, like, fitness, especially on social media, is crazy. But even when I see a guy that's, like, natural and they're just, like, huge, and I feel so, like, self-conscious and, like, oh, I'm not as far along as them. I have to remember that, like, I've really only been, like, working out consistently since, like, 2022, 2023. Like, if I'm being realistic, because there was a couple months there where I didn't work out at all in, like, 2023. So, like, the amount of progress that I've made in, like, 2 to 3 years is really good, actually. And I should not be comparing myself to somebody who has been lifting every day for, like, 12 years and being upset that I'm not at the same level as them. I have to, like, take myself out of the situation and, like, recognize, like, I'm actually doing amazing. Dallas actually has one of those treadmill things. He has it in the living room, and we put it under our TV stand. And he just walks while he watches TV to get his steps in. It was pretty cheap treadmill. I just find it boring. Like, I very much like the pump that I get from lifting weights. I don't really enjoy doing cardio in any way. I just find it boring. Okay, but those people who post 3-year progress pics and gained 100 pounds piss me the fuck off. Of muscle? That's just impossible without steroids. I posted my side-by-side of 2021 to 2024, and I put on 70 pounds. But realistically, most of that is probably fat, which I don't care about because I like that look and that's what I'm going for. But because, like, just you're literally, like, you can maybe put like 2 pounds of muscle a month on. So I would say, like, maybe like 60% of what I gained was muscle. Am I doing the math right? Just very jealous. No, I get that. I'm really trying to, like, this year, like, I feel like I've got a great routine, and I just need to be supplementing that with actually meeting my protein and carb intake every day. That's really all, like, that's it. Because I will go to failure every time I go to the gym. I would say, like, 4 out of 5 of my workouts of the week, I, like, go so fucking crazy. But I'm not really doing myself any favors by having a bagel, and that's the only thing I eat all day until I have, like, I don't know, Taco Bell at night. Which is why I signed back up for Factor. Again, not sponsored. But I do like their service. They have sponsored me in the past, and I've always liked it. So, and they gave me 50% off for returning customers, so that was cool. Going for a walk outside with music might be more fun. When I lived in New York, I was the cardio king. I would, because it tells you in Pokemon Go how much distance you walked each week. I was doing 100 kilometers a week minimum. Back in, like, 2019, when I was, like, peak Pokemon Go obsession when I lived in New York. I would go down into Manhattan at, like, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I would just play all day to keep the fucking demons at bay until, like, 5 p.m. when the raids would start to stop. Because they used to not do raids after, like, 6 p.m.
Hi, Ruby.
Now they go till like 9 o'clock.
Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruby.
Yeah. Speaking of New York, I live in Connecticut. I want to drive to the city. They're going to charge me buttloads of money for each toll in Manhattan. Not just one, but I learned it's multiple as you drive around. If you're in Connecticut, you have access to, it depends on what part, but there are trains in Connecticut that go all the way into New York City. They have multiple stops. I used to take it all the time because I had family in Connecticut for a really long time. I still do. They still live there. But they don't live in like Bridgeport area now. But yeah, like Stamford is a pretty big terminal where there's a lot of like transfers. But yeah, there's a lot of, it's part of Metro North. It would be cheaper. Yeah. I think a round trip ticket from like Fairfield to Grand Central Terminal was like, I want to say like $18 back in the day. It's probably like more like 25 now, but infinitely cheaper than driving. Not just gas money, parking money, just so much shit. Cause like parking in New York is like $20 an hour. It's fucking insane. Are there trains in LA at all? Significantly less. Like there are trains, but like I don't know a single person that uses them ever. Excuse me, what parking are you doing? I mean, I never had to do that because I lived in the Bronx, so I'd always take the train, but I only pay $40 a day in New York City to park. Parking is wicked. Yeah, maybe there's like ones where it's like there's a cap, but depends on where you go, I guess, too. But I remember I had family who like sometimes would drive into the city for like, I don't know, a fucking funeral or something. I don't know. And they would be like, yeah, I paid so much money for parking today. My sister works in the city, but she works in like I don't want to say what, but she works in one of the boroughs, and she drives to work sometimes because it is just faster. It costs money, but it's faster. She gets to work faster. But sometimes she's like, I don't want to drive, so she'll just leave her car at work and take the train home. Because she's like, I just don't want to fucking deal with it. The traffic is crazy. But $40 a day to park is crazy. That's so expensive. But yeah, if it's possible for you, I'm gonna look it up. I'm sure Danbury has a New Haven line stop. Let me see. So it's an hour. No, it's a 2-hour, 17-minute commute from Danbury to Grand Central. You would. Oh, is this the bus? Hold on. New Haven line stops. Let's see. Inbound. I think it's Metro North Danbury. Oh, I have the fucking MTA app. I can literally just do that. I still have it, I think, on my phone. Yeah, train time. From Danbury, Metro North, to Grand Central. So you would have to transfer at South Norwalk Station, but then it takes you from Norwalk to Grand Central. It's a 2-hour, 17-minute drive versus an hour, or a 2-hour, 17-minute train versus an hour-long drive. So if you feel like spending 4 hours of your day traveling, it is cheaper, but I totally get, like, not wanting to fucking do that and just eating the $40 ticket. The $40 parking. But then, yeah, there's, like, the tolls. Because New York City, there's most of the... there's a lot of tolls. A lot of toll roads in New York. Very familiar with Easy Pass, for sure. How the hell did you get up there? How did he get up there? Okay, you can lay up there. Okay. Little cutie. I mean, he probably just climbed my laundry, but... He just loves that blanket in particular. Because I use it on the couch all the time, so it smells like me. And it's very soft. But yeah, he's on his little perch. Hi, baby boy. Oh my god, does Soda ever call you shoddy? Like a melody in my head? And I can't sleep? Ugh, I love taking the train. I miss it so much. Is the lyric "and I can't sleep"? Oh. I literally thought "and I can't sleep." Oh, got me singing like. I can't sleep. I'm so addicted to singing the song. I can't sleep. I didn't realize that was not the lyric. That's like... That's like me thinking Nicki's saying big dope's in the money. It's big dope dealer money. The Amtrak food in the Northeast Corridor has gotten so yummy. I have not taken Amtrak since 2019. 2018. No, 2019. I miss it. I miss it so much. I love taking the train. I would always take it to visit my aunt in Fairfield, Bridgeport area. I loved it. I would get Dunkin' Donuts at the Stamford train station during my transfer. Last time I took Amtrak, the only option was like hot dogs and kettle chips. I hate a kettle cook. Hey, where are you going? What do you think you're doing? No, lay down. Apparently you could still take a train around the country. Yeah, I think if you can take a train from New York to LA, and you transfer in Chicago, and it's like a 30-something hour commute. Hi, Mel. They have like feasty meals now. I got banh mi and panini last time. Oh my god. That's crazy. I took Amtrak to Philadelphia one time for a convention. And it was so crazy that like I got there in 2 hours. Maybe more. I've taken it to Boston a few times. I've taken it to Maryland a few times. And Philadelphia. And that's really it, I think. But I did love an Amtrak. If you book it far enough in advance, it's so cheap. When I was with my ex, I took it a few times when we first started dating, but he worked retail, so he wouldn't get his schedule until like the week of, so it was very hard to plan trips in advance. And I was poor. Like I'm not wealthy, but I was poor. Like constantly bank account in the negatives. Like I could not afford a $70-$80 Amtrak ticket for like later that week. So I ended up taking the bus a lot, like Megabus, Bolt Bus, all similar to like Greyhound, because it would be like $8 from New York to Boston. And it was horrible. It was so uncomfortable. The trip was always like 7 hours because of traffic. I did love the drive back from Boston to New York, though, because it was a lot faster, and they would always stop at this one rest stop that had a Burger King. So I always looked forward to getting my Burger King. Which, you know, said a lot about my relationship. That I was like, I can't wait to leave and get Burger King on the way home. Megabus was crazy. I remember I took Megabus for a change because I was like, I want to sit on the top level. That sounds so fun. It was fun for 8 minutes, and then it was the worst experience of my life. I had like no leg room. There was this family playing music from their fucking boombox, and their kids were running up and down the aisles. It was so fucking unpleasant. So I switched back to Bolt Bus because it was like a 20-seater bus, so the likelihood of a big family of kids being annoying was significantly less. ContraPoint's Patreon videos used to get me through those bus rides. TikTok on full volume energy from the family. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings like 3 weeks ago, and we were surrounded by families with their kids on iPads, and I was able to see the screen of one of the kids, and it was fully just a bunch of AI generated videos of animals doing weird shit. I was like, we're cooked. We're so cooked. And the parent, like, unrestricted, could not give less of a shit. Like, they did not care about what their kids were watching. It was crazy. And I was like, I really thought that millennial parents and like Gen Z parents would have a little bit better grip on what they let their kids watch. Because there was so much commentary years ago about like people letting their kids watch these Spider-Man Elsa videos with unrestricted access. Like, but it didn't change. They don't fucking care. I did not get Lapras. I took a break to do some encounters for a change. I did get Mareep today, so I'm back to Esper for a little bit. See if we phase again. My biggest pet peeve is iPad full volume, no headphones on a plane. Because at least a restaurant has the potential to be loud enough that I don't notice it. But on a plane is absolutely, it's such a level of like insensitivity and selfishness. And lack of consideration for the people around you. I think the problem is a lot of parents are using it to neglect their kids, which is sad. I do not envy. I completely understand that like being a parent is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job, and sometimes you just need like an hour of them distracted. And I don't necessarily think the iPad is necessarily this evil tool. Because, like, it's their equivalent of, like, when I would just play my DS or my Game Boy as a kid. I think what's concerning is, like, what they have access to on the iPad. That's what concerns me more. And then also, I was never allowed to have, if we were in the car and I was playing my Game Boy or my DS, I was never allowed to have the volume on. The only time I'd play my Game Boy with my volume on was, like, if I was home in my room. So, like, going to a... Also, just, like, electronics at the table, never allowed. No matter what. If I was out at a restaurant and I brought my Game Boy, my mom would take it away from me. I have a vivid memory of going out to dinner, like, 2 days after Christmas, and I had just gotten my DS. It was my first time getting a DS, and I snuck it to dinner to show one of my friends, and my mom took it away from me. She was like, "No, do not bring that. We're at TGI Fridays." It is disrespectful. So, like, the idea that kids just get to, like, have their iPad take up an entire seat at the table, just watch it, is so crazy. Hello, Star Wars God. Welcome in. Don't make me kill you. Disrespectful to who? The salad bar? The other people at the table. I totally understand her point. Like, we're out to dinner with other people, and you're sitting here with your face in your phone, in your DS, in your Game Boy. Put it down and talk with everyone. I honestly do genuinely prefer when someone is paying attention to the conversation and not always on their phone, genuinely. Yeah. I, like, really try to make an effort to, like, not look at my phone when I'm with people. But it's hard. Because we're so, like, we're so tethered to it. And, like, it's just a reflex for me to, like, check it. So I usually, like, I don't like having my phone in my pocket because I'm afraid it's going to fall out. So I usually, like, take my phone, put it on Do Not Disturb, and turn it upside down. And it just sits on the table. I do that when I stream a lot, because also just, like, my phone lighting up with, like, an alert or something distracts me and I lose my train of thought, and I feel like it impacts my stream. I agree, Mel. If it's like, oh, let me find this thing for you, or like, oh, I'm telling you about this fight that I had with somebody, let me read you the interactions, you know, but... I hate people who can't look up from it when we are out to eat. Yeah, it kind of pisses me off. Like, why that if it was that big of a deal, like, why didn't we just not come to the restaurant, you know? I would rather sit in awkward silence than, like, me and the other person being on their phone in between topics. I'd rather just, like, sit and, like, look around. Like, Dallas and I, when we go out to dinner, we spend all fucking day with each other. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're never apart. So when we go out to dinner, we've probably talked about everything we possibly could. We still find things to talk about. But, you know, there's like a minute or two where we're both just like sipping and just like sitting and staring and looking at the restaurant around us. And that's totally normal. It's totally okay to have like a moment of silence. You know? How do you feel about the people who only interact with you by showing you TikToks and Reels? I don't really have people like that. Anyone that I receive videos from or send videos to, I also talk to about other things. Because I don't interact. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to talk to more than like 5 people a week. I just don't. I don't really like chit-chatting on Discord or texting or DMs. Like I don't really care for that. I haven't done that in years with anyone outside of my like close group of friends, really. I'm not interested in like making new friends, and I don't know. I just don't. Maybe someday that'll change, but like I just don't like. I don't like being on my phone that much, or like I don't know. I'm busy. I'm either at the gym. I'm busy. I'm either out with Dallas. We're shopping. We're getting groceries. We're walking the dogs. I'm not gonna be on my phone. I'm at my desk. I'm playing a game. I'm streaming. I'm working. I'm not gonna be on Discord talking to somebody, getting to know them. I don't want to do that anymore. I have like a few people that I'll like Instagram DM with once every 2 weeks about, I don't know, the gym, how crazy Trump is, and that's it. Like, I'm good with that. I do talk to people though. Like, I'm on Discord like 3 to 4 nights a week, hanging out with my friends for like an hour or two. We play Genshin together or Fortnite or something, and that's fun because it's like talking. Gonna need to see those conversations. You're more than welcome. For me, it depends on context. Chipotle with my brother is very different from birthday dinner with family. Chipotle is phone time. Birthday dinner is not. I think an occasional glance at your phone is fine, but that's so weird to me, personally. Chipotle versus dinner at like a birthday dinner, I would not check my phone. I would not look at my phone for more than 2 seconds every like 15 minutes. Like, I would see like, oh, did I get a work text? No. Okay, back to the present conversation. But yeah, I do understand that like it's not as formal as like a birthday dinner at a restaurant. But I don't know. I feel like, and maybe it's especially because I don't live with my sister anymore, but like I would treasure that quick trip to Chipotle together, personally. I would want to be present the whole time. What if someone brings a sketchbook or a journal? That's not the same to me. I feel like that's fine. I think that's cute. I feel like the level of a distraction and the ability to be present while sketching and drawing is different. Don't care. I'm watching TikToks during the Mayhem tour. Sketchbook journals are focusing on the self. Scrolling is escaping. Damn, bitch. That was poetic as hell. Do we think Anna's enjoying her pizza? I hope so. But yeah, I do think it's very concerning to me, the willingness to just like let your kids sit on an iPad. And I get it. Like I totally understand, like I need a moment where like I know that they're occupied so I can like not have to be a locked in parent mode entertaining my kid for like an hour during dinner. I get that. And I think if they're under a certain age, like I understand that need, but like that's when I feel like you break out a coloring book or like a toy. I feel like unsupervised access to the iPad is scary. And like I'm okay if it's like they're not on YouTube watching videos, like they're playing like a game and they have the audio off. Like it all depends on like what I don't necessarily have an like if the child is old enough to engage in conversation, I feel like after like 5 or 6, that's when it's like, okay, let's try to be a little bit more present with the adult at the table. Because that's how you socialize the kid, by showing them how to have proper social interactions with other people. Like, when I was a kid, I would go out for food with family, and it was sometimes more adults than kids at the table, because some of my parents' friends like didn't have kids. And like that's fine. That's the time where like I listen to the conversation and I get to know these people. And I learn things. I learn new words. I don't know. I feel like it's totally normal, depending on the conversation, for like the child to be around to listen to it and absorb the information. But yeah, I just think like the things that the iPad does are concerning. It's not about having like an electronic at the table for like anyone under the age of 5. Like I had a Game Boy when I was younger, but after a certain age and I was old enough to contribute and be present in the moment, that shit was not brought to the table. Although when I was really younger, I probably didn't have a Game Boy. I probably just brought like one of my Thomas trains. And I just like had it sit next to my food and I just looked at it, really. I was probably just coloring. Me, a 5-year-old, talking about healthcare with the adults. I remember... No, I don't really remember a lot of it, but I remember like being very passionate about Kerry versus Bush in 2nd grade. Because I hated Bush so much. Because my aunt hated Bush, and I was like, well, I agree with her on everything. I remember being so frustrated not knowing who anyone was when the adults started talking about celebrities. I think it's going to be so crazy now. Like, now that a lot of people I know, like, are starting to have kids. And, like, Dallas's niece, I think, turns, like, 6 this year or 5. And it's, like, eventually we're going to be having, like, conversations and be like, yeah, years ago, there was this whole craze where... there were just clowns on the loose. Like I remember like as a kid hearing about like big pop culture or just like world events from people who actually experienced it that happened before I was even born, and being like, wow, that's so crazy to have lived through that. So like now that like that's been happening, like one day we're gonna be like, yeah, there was just this time where planes were crashing 3 times a week, and you probably don't even remember it because you were a child. Like literally, like little kids like not ever knowing what, like not living through 9/11 is crazy to me. It's so crazy. I'd be like, yeah, this happened and I was around for it and you were not. It's fucking weird to think about that. What was your core memory children enrichment area at the office lobby? That like metal at like the doctor's office, it was like a bunch of these like curvy metal wires and then like colored wooden rings that you would like travel across them, and that was that. And then I remember a few times when I would go to my mom's job, that was when I took the opportunity to print as many pictures of Pokemon as I could, because they weren't the ones paying for the ink. So I was like printing as many things as I could. Highlights magazine. Ugh. Such a fond memory. Yaspers!
Hi, Ruby.
Mel, do you like my outfit? I did hear about the sweater in the beginning. Good, I'll save you the lore. I was a Nat Geo Kids and Nintendo Power kiddo. I didn't really have Nintendo Power for a long time. I didn't really know it was a thing. I started getting Nintendo Power when I was in like middle school because my aunt worked at Barnes & Noble. So she would always get me the Sonic Archie comics and Nintendo Power for a few years. Like 3 to 4 years. She would, once a month, she'd buy them for me, which was cute because she got a discount. It's giving 80s dad complimentary. That's the goal. Honestly, at this point in my life, if I look like a father, I'm doing something right with my outfit. Do you ever stub your toe on the bar? No, I don't. Only when I wear shoes, because I'm taking up more space. With my feet, so I'm not used to like the distance being different between my foot and the item. When I wear shoes and I walk around my office, I fucking trip on wires and shit all the time that normally I would never trip over because I'm used to them being there. I had Game Informer for a while too, because I had the GameStop magazine subscription, or the GameStop power-up rewards or whatever. I always wanted zoo books as a kid, but my parents were not really ones to ever buy things off the TV or the internet. My dad is still like, if he needs to do Christmas shopping, it's not since I lived there, but when I lived at home, he was like, Jim, can I buy stuff with your Amazon Prime for Christmas for people? I was like, yeah. So I'd help him, and it would be like, would you like to save your information for a speedier checkout? He'd be like, don't save my information. I'm like, okay. And then once we finished buying everything, he was like, okay, now turn the computer off and turn it back on. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, I never really got magazines. I never had. My parents were very anti like subscription to things, especially. Like I didn't have a Club Penguin membership until like I think they started having like gift cards for it, where you could like gift somebody a membership. So like I got gifted a year of Club Penguin once for Christmas. But I did get guidebooks. I would really only for Pokemon though. But anytime there was a new Pokemon game, I would ask for the guidebook for Christmas. And I still have pretty much all my guidebooks back home in a box or something in a drawer. And I used to just like I would just look through them. Like the Pokemon Platinum one is like as thick as a fucking textbook. And I remember I would just like look at it all day, and I would like draw the Pokemon, and I would have the pictures of them in the Pokedex section as the reference. And yeah, I would bring it everywhere, and I would just like look through the book. I remember one time my aunt, when I went to Barnes and Noble to buy it with her, she still was working there, and she was like, she gathered a bunch of her other gay coworkers together, which I didn't realize they were gay at the time, but looking back, them being like, hi, and having red and black hair and bunch of piercings. I'm like, oh, I'm interacting with a bunch of queer people who read books. That's fierce. She would invite them over, and she's like, he knows every Pokemon. Open a random page, point to it, he'll tell you the name. And I vividly remember them opening a random page, them pointing, and I'm like, Probopass. And they were like, wow, he's good. I remember the day I got Diamond and Pearl, on launch day. And I remember like being in line waiting to like check out with my games, and I was looking through the guidebook, and the first Gen 4 Pokemon that I saw outside of like Weavile, like the ones they promoted with, was Luxio. And I was like, I want that Pokemon on my team. And my Luxray was stronger than my starter, which was the first time my starter was not 30 levels over all my other Pokemon. Yeah, my aunt is still alive. Yes, she is. She was one of the first people I told I was gay, because she is gay as well. And it was very important to me to have her, especially when I was like young. She was already a big part of my life, but after my mom passed away, she like really stepped in and was a really important support system for me and sanity for me, especially when I was like dealing with my abusive stepmother and stuff, and like turbulent home life with my dad. It was very important for me to have like a normal, healthy, communicating person that doesn't yell around, which was important. That's really nice. Do you still see her? Not in a few years. I used to see her for a while. I would see her like once a month. I'd take the train up and we'd just get lunch together. But I didn't see her for a while because of COVID, and then I moved to Florida, and now I live in California. So I haven't seen her in like 2 years, but I will be going to my family reunion in July, and she'll be there. So hi, Allie. Thank you for the 82 months. This being in this playlist is crazy to me. This loading theme for the eShop, that's not a song. That's a fucking... That literally gave me the same tension in my brain as, like, my iPhone's alarm. That was so unpleasant. It's so crazy to me that there are so many people that make, like, playlists like this on YouTube nowadays. And, like, there's always that one fucking song in it that's like, this is annoying. Why did you put this in here? Otherwise, it's an amazing playlist. And then there's just this one fucking part that's like, out of the 45 minutes, why did you put like 2 straight minutes of the most annoying sound effect ever? What happened? It makes me want to make my own. but I don't have the time. I also don't have. I used to have like probably like almost 10,000 video game songs saved on my MacBook and stuff because I would use them for YouTube videos. But now that I don't make YouTube videos anymore, I maybe have one video game song saved on my old computer. Actually, I have quite a few because I made that Sonic Frontiers video. But before that, I was like, now I'll just go to YouTube for everything. I don't need to download from KingdomHeartsInsider.com. I'm good. It was giving Fruitiger Arrow, though. I really want a Fruitiger Arrow Twitch layout. I need to make a mood board for Mel, so they can make one for me. But yeah, nowadays I just use YouTube for all my game music, and then Spotify for all my normal music. But what if your internet goes out while you're streaming? No more music. Well, then I sit in silence. And I deal with it. What is it, buddy? Come here, son. This song always sounds like Dabu Dore, Dabu Dore.
Hello, little buddy.
Hi. Hi. Hello. My baby boy. Hello. Hi. Hi, Rudy. My son. No bite. No biting, please. Bro. Would you want to be immortal? The range of topics you ask me questions about will never cease to humor me. It's so funny. No. I could see myself wanting to live to like 500, but after a certain point, I think I would want to die. He's growing little old man whiskers. Yeah, he's pretty scruffy. I was looking at pictures of him when we first got him, and I was like, wow, he's really not that scruffy in the face. Everybody Votes channel. I used to go on that page all the time. And everything was just Peter Griffin, Michael Jackson, or making Mickey Mouse out of eyes and eyebrows and like lips. And Jack Black. Jack Black memes were uncanny. Everybody Votes channel. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was Check Me Out. You're right. This is crazy. Would you be a girl? I'd be a diva. You live forever, but you miss precipice blades, you explode. Land Stone Age every time, or actually be happy. You can only pick one. This is fucking crazy. This is Check Me Out. Ah, this is so good. I'm putting on an extended one. Hell yeah. This is so good. I haven't tuned in for a while. When did you get a new pup? We got him in July. We adopted him from a shelter here in LA. He was posted, and that night I put in a request for him. And then we got him like 2 days later. My music is probably really loud right now. I'm gonna lower it. Sorry. I just was really into this song. This is type of music I would draw Ghosty to. I need to make a Ghosty playlist. This song from Bomberman 2 for the DS is my Ghosty drawing music. I always put this song on when I want to draw him. I remember, I think I found out Billy Mays died from the news channel on the Wii. I had a bagel today. I got an everything bagel from Dunkin'. And that shit scratched my gums. I usually get a plain bagel. It was a terrible bagel. It was burnt in the middle, and it wasn't even like a good crispy burnt. It was like hard. Like I couldn't bite into it. It was like one of those crackers you give to babies to teeth on. I was like, I'm gonna break my teeth. This sucks. I'm playing my 3DS right now. I see you online. Does the servers come back to life? No, I don't understand why you can be online on the friends list, but you can't connect to games. I don't understand why the friends list still works. It's very strange. But yeah, I am connected to the internet right now. And I can still download like software updates for games and stuff.
Hi, Rooney. Rooney. My Rooney.
My Ruby.
My girly.
Hello, Bubba. My girl, you're so sweet.
Pokemon Bank still works, so it's like not fully dead. That's true. Can you still have public messages? That I don't know. I kind of want to have a modded New Leaf era. I was getting some people showing off their mods in New Leaf on TikTok, and I was like, ah, that sounds like it would fucking eat. I should look into that. New Leaf, where it has the outdoor designing of New Horizons. I would die. Add guns. Okay. We're only a month away from the next Nintendo Direct. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, oh, yeah, we just have to sit through all of March, and then we can find out about new Nintendo games. Very excited, very excited. Mayhem. A week from today, we'll have heard Mayhem. I will be streaming my reaction to it next Thursday at 9 p.m. And I'm gonna record the VOD locally, so that way I have the reaction without it getting muted by Twitch. I sent letters a few times to friends in Animal Crossing. I wish I had handy Anne's alignment chart of all the letters she got sent from friends in Animal Crossing. That shit was so funny. I sent myself one to be delivered a year later, never arrived. I wonder if time traveling fucks it up. Because I definitely wrote myself a letter as well. That was probably something like, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy! My Chikorita defense tweet has, let's see. I was going through the quote retweets today on it. People are so fucking mean. It's so crazy. I was laughing because I was like, this is... Someone was like, you low-key look like her. Like, trying to hurt my feelings. I was like, what the fuck? I said that someone was like, worst grass starter. I said, baby, that's Chessman. And someone replied, poop versus shit. And I laughed. That shit cracked me up. Chikorita hate is fueled by misogyny. Oh, it is so... I do not fucking trust it. I don't trust a man that hates Chikorita. It says a lot. It says a lot without saying much. Hello, Clancy. Welcome to the stream. Chikoritas are mostly male in-game. Men can be divas. My father is a straight male diva. I want to know is why her eyes stopped being red. What? Oh yeah, they are kind of brown now. It depends on the art. This render. So this is Heart Gold Soul Silver. And it's kind of red. It's like a ruby. This is her render from the new game. Oh, you mean once it evolves. I literally thought you meant like the... Oh my god. I thought you meant like they tweaked her design. You want to know what's crazy? Is Chikorita in gold and silver, Chikorita in crystal, onward. I'm so glad they changed it. I just love the shade of green she is. Ah, Chikorita's so cute, bitch. I'm just looking through a bunch of pictures of her. Like, oh my god. Like, how can you fucking hate this? It's so try-hard to me. Why is she black and white? That's so scary. Oh my god. This is so cute. Here she is. I love her. I had this card. I loved this card. Yukamori, you will always be famous in my house. I just love the Johto starters. They're perfect. My beef is mainly with Meganium. Like, when you're in battle, you just see the harsh line of the flower. Yeah, they'll probably tweak the model. Like they did with Charizard and Venusaur and stuff. In Scarlet Violet. I think they tweaked the Kalos starters as well. I think they have new models too in Scarlet Violet, which makes sense. They're going to be in this next game. I don't like how it's 2 Johto starters, 1 Unova. I really don't care. I'm over it. It definitely felt lopsided at first, but I don't care anymore. I don't know why, but I consider her the canonical Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2 partner. I always think of her for the first one because it was Squirtle, Charmander, and Chikorita in the animated short they did for the first Mystery Dungeon. Team Go-Getters! Don't the generations all blend together for you people now? They sure do me. 6, 7, and 8 do, and 9. But anything Gen 5 prior, am very clear on where they're from. As the games got less fun for me to replay, the memory of what comes from where is a lot blurrier for me. I can't replay any Switch Pokemon game. I've actually replayed BDSP like 5 fucking times. Not all the way through, but like I've gotten a few badges a few times. Just because I'm like, I want to play Gen 4 and like this has EXP share. Like I'll just fucking play this one. If I'm bored and I don't feel it, my DS isn't charged. But lately, if I'm replaying an old Pokemon game, I'm playing with a randomizer on to make it more interesting for myself. Now that I have an R4 where I can dump randomized ROMs onto it. Use bathroom. Dallas just got a win in Fortnite. A crowned win even. Good job, baby. There was a time where I did get a lot of Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon mixed up because I didn't grow up with Gold and Silver. So a lot of the first times I was playing seeing Gen 2 Pokemon in a game was Coliseum or like Hoenn stuff, like Slugmas and Hoenn, Skarmory. But that doesn't really happen to me anymore after playing Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And being hyper fixated on Bulbapedia articles all day in middle school. I wish she could mount to my shoulder. Like those Disney plushies with a magnet that you can like have sit on your shoulder. They're gonna make so much merch of these starters. I'm going to buy a big ass Chikorita. No, I've had her. I got this at Toys R Us in like 2010, 2009. This is old. She's so little. She's like sitting cutie sized. I remember they never had Cyndaquil, so I only had her and Totodile. I've pretty much cemented that I'm gonna pick Chikorita. But I really, it was tough to decide. I feel like Chikorita and Totodile, I'm like tied for how much I like them from Johto, and then Tepig's my favorite Unova starter, and one of my favorites ever. I love Pig Knight especially. Oh, I also hate that video where they chop her up. It's, first of all, it's very well animated, so respect to the animator. I have seen that like 8 fucking times today. I hate it. I hate that video. It's so gross. The sound effects is horrid. You would definitely have a Pig Knight on your team. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like if I was a furry, my fursona would either be a bull or a pig, I think. If I was a furry. I partake in furry art. But I have no interest in really being part of the furry community. I've just, from the furries that I do follow, I feel like they're always quote retweeting fighting with somebody. I'm like, I can't deal with this. Can you just post art? Do you like tusks or horns more? I think horns. Because it gives devil. Yeah, I am a Taurus. That's true. So probably more bull. Plus I have a septum. I know you can have multiple starters in your team, but it feels wrong. I was cool with it in Indigo Disc because it was like that was part of the fun, was hunting them in the wild. But yeah, I never like to have more than one starter. I also feel weird not having a starter on my team as well. That just feels wrong to me. Anyways, can you talk about Avatar? Oh yeah, I haven't really talked about the new Avatar show. Like, they officially revealed like the premise. And I also found out that at least one of my friends worked on it. They were like, I can finally talk about this. And I'm like, that's the fucking coolest thing I've ever heard. Like, ugh. I wanted so bad to be a voice actor by the time a new Avatar show came out. Because I wanted so bad to be a part of it. I like made that promise to myself when Korra ended, and well, didn't happen. Actually, that's not true. I do have a role on something, on an indie project, and I am making the steps this year to have it done. I have a contact with somebody who produces demo reels. And they're going to help me make one once I can afford to pay for the studio to do it. But yeah, the new Avatar is going to be this little girl who has a twin. And I'm curious if they'll both have... I don't think they're both going to be avatars. Because being the avatar is not genetic. It's the avatar spirit, like Rava. Like, twins are not the same person. They don't share the same past lives, you know? So I don't know. I don't think they're going to both be avatars. But I'm curious if a new avatar cycle was created with Vaatu. That's something to think about. But I don't know if... I feel like people were not keen on that plot point, so I don't know if they're going to revisit it, personally. I think they're like, we're gonna just pretend that didn't happen, because most people, I think, didn't like it. I thought it was so interesting, but a lot of people were not into the idea of like a dark avatar. But yeah, and then so the world, there was a cataclysmic event that split the world into, it's no longer the 4 nations and like Republic City, it's the 7 havens. And the world hates the Avatar because they are blaming Korra for it. but I believe Korra, like, that was the only, like, splitting the world apart like that was the only way to save everybody, and she dies in the process, which, like, that's my girl. That's my girl. Even in death, Korra does not catch a break. Yeah. So, very excited at obviously learning and getting to meet all these new characters, but also, like, learning. We're going to learn a bit about Korra the same way we did learn a little bit about Aang in Korra, and then Roku with Aang. Like, we're going to learn about what happened with Korra, I feel. In the comics, I believe, Korra, because Korra doesn't have connection, she lost her connection to her past lives, which I think was so devastating in the moment, but I think plot-wise and, like, it's so, like, it's such a great plot device to, like, have the Avatar not be able to fall back on past knowledge to solve situations. It's like they really have to think for themselves, which I think leads to more satisfying decisions, right? But I think it's going to be very interesting. Korra herself in the comics has no idea if the next Avatar will be able to talk to her. So she starts journaling and writing letters to them. She's like, I don't know if you're going to be able to talk to me, so I need to leave you with information. I'm literally going to cry. I know! Like, that, like, I haven't read the comics, but I was, like, learning about it on YouTube. That shit made me so emotional. I was like, she's just so... It's like, that to me is just like, she's just grown so much from, like, season 1. Why do people hate her so much? She is a woman of color. It's like, that's literally it. Like, there is not a single thing that there's not a single argument about Korra that I think is based in any sort of actual realistic criticism. I really don't fucking feel that way. It's so fucking crazy. Didn't they put out the journals? Oh, maybe they did. I have not really experienced too much, like, external Avatar media. And she's compared to Aang. Yeah, it's tough because she's constantly compared to Aang, who's, like, you know, it's the original for us. Obviously not the first Avatar, but, like, the first show. And, like, the show did go through some troubles. A lot of people don't know that Korra, like, the process of making Korra was actually so unpleasant for them. They first were told they were getting a 12-episode miniseries. So book 1 was meant to stand completely alone and have a beginning and conclusion. Then, after book 1 was done, and it was a huge success because of course it was, Nickelodeon said, hey, can you actually make more for us, even though you completely resolved all of, like, any possible character arcs and character growth with book 1? Can you actually make a new season? So then they did, right? And they were constantly worried they would be canceled and not have more shows. So every season has, like, there's no real overarching plot across the books the same way Last Airbender has, because they never knew for sure if they would actually be able to get a future season. So every season kind of, like, has, like, a self-contained plot, which is a little frustrating, but I don't blame them for doing it that way, because I'd rather have, like, a relatively rushed plot versus a cliffhanger that we never have resolved because the show got canceled. So there's that aspect of, like, they're constantly having to write for only 12 episodes, always being in limbo of if they're gonna get more seasons or not. Then, around halfway through book 3, they got taken off of television completely, and they were relegated to Nickelodeon.com. And then season 4 was entirely on, like, Amazon Prime. Like, you'd have to watch it online. It was never on TV. It was so, and then also in book 4, right before the finale, the creators had to make a post on Tumblr saying, hey, they cut our budget for the 4th season so significantly that we either would have to completely scale back the finale or do a clip show, because we had to meet an episode count with less budget. So we opted, in order to have a better finale, we're going to do a clip show right before the finale. We are so sorry that we have to do this to you. We know you're upset about it. Please understand why we had to do it. And it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. Like, it's so, literally, I can't stress enough how much Avatar being put on Netflix during COVID is the reason why we are going to have an Aang movie, a new Avatar show, an open world game. Like, it finally woke the fucking executives at Nickelodeon up to what an actual incredible intellectual property they have on their hands. After, even during Last Airbender, like, they just were not getting it. It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Like, you had to be there to understand the struggles, the fucking wars I was going to in the replies of people's tweets on Twitter in 2013, defending Korra with everything I had in me. Like, you don't understand. You don't understand how fucking mean and annoying people were back in the day. And, like, is Korra as good as Last Airbender? No. But with all the fucking hurdles they had to jump through to get that show to happen, we are lucky it turned out even a third of how good it actually is. You know what I mean? How do you feel about Toph being a cop? Hate it. Hate it. But, like, clearly she hated it. I feel like I don't I don't like it, but when I view it as it was a sort of crisis for her, like a midlife crisis decision for her that she regrets later in life, clearly, because she lives alone off the grid in the swamp in Korra. I view it as less of like an affront to her character, because she eventually returns to her true self, you know? It's definitely a really weird choice, and I don't love it, but yeah, when I view it as like she was kind of having an identity crisis, and maybe she like had a kid as well, which I don't know Toph would ever want a kid, and like I feel like she almost was like, I need some semblance of structure in my life, because I don't know how I'm going to be a parent without that. And clearly she wasn't the best parent. Anyway. The Beifongs have more problems than Elon Musk's family, it seems sometimes. How would you make the show better? I don't know. I really have to think about it. I watched a video talking about how they would rewrite season. I actually think book 3 and 4 of Korra are on par with, in quality, with Last Airbender. Because I think they did get renewed for 3 and 4 at the same time. So they had a chance to write a more, like, connected story and, like, build upon an actual 2-season arc for Korra, which I think is evident in its quality. So I really wouldn't change much about book 3 and 4 at all. But I did watch a TikTok that, like, just restructured book 2. And, I wish I had it handy. It was like 2 years ago, or a year ago, because I saw it when I was rewatching. I was rewatching Avatar because they added Avatar to Fortnite. So I rewatched Last Airbender, and then I showed Dallas Korra for the first time. Because he had never seen it. And then I was getting a bunch of Korra think pieces on my TikTok, which I thought was fun. Yeah, Mako had nothing going on. I miss Kuvira. Ugh. Kuvira is such a good character. She's scary. She was fucking scary. Zahir and Kuvira were scarier villains to me at times than the Fire Lord. And I think it was because how much more grounded. Like, the Fire Lord is like kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon level villain. And like, yes, he has some like intricate like relationships with like Zuko and Azula, but like the Fire Lord and Aang, they meet like once, and like it's literally just like a Dragon Ball Z fight, which is sickening. But Korra's like personal relationships that she has with especially Zahir, oh, my 3DS died, is so fucking chilling. It's really masterful television. It's so wild. Do you have a crush on Zuko as a kid? Yeah, kinda. Not really. I didn't really have like crushes on any of the Avatar characters that I can really think of. I had a crush on Danny Phantom. I had a crush on... My sister and I both had a crush on Jake Long. I was talking to her the other day because she used to always name... If she played a Pokemon game, she'd always be a boy, and she would name it Jake after Jake Long because she had a crush on him. And I was like, yeah. And like, wouldn't it be crazy if someone had a crush on him when he was in the dragon form? That'd be so crazy. And she started fucking dying laughing. Both voiced by Dante Bosco, actually. When I was rewatching Avatar, I was like, damn, the boulder, that did something for me. I don't say that I'm not a furry. I'm just not a part of the furry community. So I feel weird saying I'm a furry just because I like furry art. But like, if somebody calls me a furry, I'm not going to deny it. But I don't feel like... I'm not interested in being called a poser by the actual furry community by calling myself that. Oh, first season Jake Long. That fucking skinny little bitch from the second season? No. No. Bolin, though. I was so into Bolin in high school. Still am. His book 4 haircut, that did something for me. I saw this crazy ass art of Korra's dad and Bolin like a year ago. I was like, that's wild. Korra's dad is a fucking tank. That's some good shit. Bolin does have a cute nose, yeah. I actually think it's cool. I actually really enjoy that the next Avatar is going to be a child. I thought it was cool that Korra kind of like aged up with the audience. Like Korra was a like 17-year-old, which is like kind of the age a lot of the Avatar fans were at the time. But I think that there's something very, very powerful about Last Airbender's protagonists all being children. Traumatized ones at that. It really paints a picture of how dire the circumstances are in the world if the kids are the ones that have to step up and be the heroes. You know what I mean? I think narratively it's very strong. Yeah, it's not unlike reality for sure. I really want to get a ring light or some sort of better lighting for our mirror, because we have a full body mirror in the living room that it's useful for like looking at before you leave the house. But I sometimes want to take like a little OOTD video / picture, but the lighting is so terrible because it's in like a dark corner of the living room. So I kind of want to get like a makeup mirror, like spotlight or something to put on top, so I could take cuter pictures of my outfits. Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Yeah, I also agree. I think that the romance plot line will not be so overly... It won't take up nearly as much screen time if it's a bunch of children characters. They really leaned into the shipping in Korra because it was such a big thing for Avatar. And, I mean, it was part of why Korra was such a success on, like, Tumblr and stuff. So I don't necessarily think they were stupid for doing that, but I kind of hated it. That's, like, the only thing about Korra that I would tone down. Unless it's like they boosted the stuff with her and Asami, obviously, but that was just never gonna happen in 2014. Ow. That was crazy to me too. There are so many people that have such like, they're so hypercritical about like how Korra and Asami were handled. And I'm like, do you not understand that Steven Universe hadn't even really happened yet when Korra ended? That was groundbreaking. That was the most they could literally get away with doing at the time. And Steven Universe barely got away with it. They got canceled for Garnet's wedding. That's literally why they got canceled. It's so crazy to me, the lack of critical awareness. That people have, especially like younger queer people, because they don't understand the severity and like the intensity of how difficult it was to have queer media. I'm in queer media. I'm in queer media. Like, I don't think they don't get it. They don't get that, like, that was outside of Glee, that shit was just not happening. Especially not in a cartoon. Keep checking the time. Dallas and I have not eaten dinner yet today. I was so proud of myself this morning. I woke up at 9:30. I worked. I got my work done. I went back and then I went back into bed and I slept till 3 p.m. I'm so mad at myself. I was like, bro, you had it. You had it. And then I woke up at like 9:30. And then at noon, I was done with my work and I went back to bed. Because I did most of my work yesterday. Usually I have Fridays off, but I was so tired yesterday that I was like, I'll just finish it in the morning. Yeah, all I've had today was a really shitty bagel from Dunkin' Donuts. Do you think Anne enjoyed her pizza? I don't care about Anne anymore. Do you like editing? Yeah, I'd say I like editing other people. I do not enjoy editing myself. But I actually find that it's like very just like, I just kind of turn my brain off and I just like lock in. I will say I do like editing Just Trish more than Not Loveline, not because of the content of the show. Not Loveline, I just have to like do on-screen captions multiple times an episode for the phone calls, and Adobe Premiere is fucking annoying. That's really the only thing. Do you hate your voice? No. I actually don't hate my voice. I just am hypercritical of the things that I'm saying. And I hear myself over and over repeating things as I'm like editing the visuals for what I'm talking about, and that drives me crazy. I'm not like the biggest fan of my voice, but I don't hate my voice. I've listened to how I sound enough times in my life doing YouTube that I'm like numb to it. I'm like completely neutral about my voice. I used to wish that I had a deeper, more like masculine voice, but as I've gotten older, I've really embraced how much I love like a really sissy voice. And also for like voiceover, I think I kind of like having a sort of in the middle voice because it allows me to like do higher pitch stuff and then also like a more bassy thing sometimes. But actually, I really like my voice. I feel like it's very approachable. Sometimes guys have such a deep voice that it almost sounds like they're on the verge of throwing up, and it's unlistenable for me. It's like nails on a chalkboard, ironically, to hear like a really deep voice from a man. Especially if they like are trying to make their voice sound deeper. I can't fucking stand it. It drives me crazy. When's the last time you raised your ya? Like yesterday. Do you think I'll still get into heaven if I get Shiny Charm for these last Scarlet Violet egg hunts? Girl, do it. Hunting in Scarlet Violet, you're literally never gonna fucking do it again in like 9 months. Just fucking get it. Who gives a shit? Who fucking cares? That game is not real. None of it matters. And getting eggs in that game is literally the worst it could ever fucking be. I would rather egg hunt in Gen 2. I would rather listen to a man that sounds like this, like yes, like diva, over like, hey guys, so today we're hunting Shiny Esper. Like, no. If you do not have a fag scent, I'm not listening to it. I don't care what you have to say. I'm over it. Especially if you're gay. Sissy up. What are we trying to assimilate for? Queen out. I hate streamers who shout for no reason. I don't know why you're still here. Because I am that. I'm glad people tell me I wouldn't know you're gay except your voice. I love that people clock me as gay. I don't even care. Why wouldn't I want that? If people don't assume I'm gay, I'm not doing it right. You know what? Actually, yeah, I think I am gonna make being gay my whole personality. Because it seems to piss you off so much. Random straight person that says that type of shit. I'm like, actually, You only think being gay is my whole personality because you don't know a single gay person. Everyone I know in my life that I talk to on a daily basis is gay. So I don't fucking think that about them. But because I'm like the only gay person you've interacted with in the last 12 to 24 months, you think that about me. And that's a self-report. Even from other gay people. When other gay guys say that shit, oh my god, it makes me want to bash their head through a wall. What are you doing that for? They're still gonna vote against you. Why are you trying to earn their approval? You're never gonna get it. And guess what? You're never gonna get it. Little object. Quackleval. He's a little tall for a little object, but he's been sitting on my desk for a few days now. If you don't experience homophobia, sorry, but you're not fab enough. Go home and change. Real. Yeah, speaking of flamers, speaking of fruitcakes. Do you have Electros? I don't. I do not have any Electros merch. I wanted to buy more of the Gen 5 Sitting Cuties. I don't think I bought a single one. But they raised the price of them and I can't justify the price for how small they are anymore. It's getting warmer. I gotta bust out the booty shorts. Thank God for LA. I wear booty shorts no matter the season. Although, I have been wanting to wear pants more lately for certain outfits. But I just don't really have a lot of pants that I like. I have like one pair of jeans. I have my Yaka Warner looking tweed pants I got at Old Navy. And I have a pair of like dressy slacks. And that's it. That's all I have. I want some like cute... I haven't had blue jeans in a few years. Like a light washed denim. Because I am a bigger man than I was years ago. So they don't fit anymore. Ooh, my stomach is growling, bitch. I felt that shit up to my brain. I'm hungry. You should wear your Sonic Shadow pants out more often. I would if I had platform shoes. They kind of drag on the floor. And I don't like it. I'm worried they'll get ruined. Bring back Tweety on clothes. Bring back Tweety on clothes. I remember when I was 17, I got invited to a YouTuber party at a bar in Seattle after one of the days of PAX. I really wanted to go, and it was my YouTube network was running it. And they made a deal with the bouncer that I could get in if they stamped my hands. And they stamped my hands, and they put fucking Tweety birds on my hands. And it was humiliating. PewDiePie was at that party. And he wasn't going to eat his pizza, so he gave it to my table. I still don't like the guy, though, but that was nice. Got that Pewdie pizza, yeah. I think you'd rock some platform boots. Yeah, I would love some. I think that would look cool as fuck. It's just tough. I don't really know where to buy them that I know they're not going to be, like, shitty Shein quality, like, horrible. Like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a statement piece like that, I want it to last. So, that's the only thing. There's a thrift store in my neighborhood that I want to go to with Dallas or just walk to it by myself. I feel like when I like going to thrift stores with Dallas because it's fun to like look around and point at stuff, but I always feel like I'm boring him when I'm like taking a long time going through every single article of clothing. So I feel like that's something I'd rather do when I'm alone with like headphones and I just listen to music and I check every single item. And he doesn't make me feel a certain way about it. He doesn't care. But, like, I get, like, he's not looking through clothes, so he's just bored. Let's just leave. Yeah, I don't remember when Maker dropped PewDiePie, or, like, maybe he left. It might have been after the fucking, like, Nazi shit that he did. I don't know. I don't remember. Boring. Embarrassing. Sloppy. I think you should get stilts. I show up like SpongeBob at the prom episode. When are you getting a bike with a really big front wheel? I'll get it for my Bach Fiat. I've been putting Neosporin scar treatment on my bug bites that I had. They're healed now, but I have little scars around my belly button from when I got those bug bites. And I've been putting like the scar ointment on it like almost every day to try to get rid of them. Cause I hate it. I hate how it looks when I wear like a crop top or something. Which has been horrible because I wanted to start taking part in Tummy Tuesday this year. Since everyone thought my Thanksgiving one was so hot. But I'm covered in scars. I don't want to post it. I don't feel cute. I gotta bust out the face tune. Do a little smudge. Yeah, I checked the DVDs at Goodwill because sometimes they have video games mixed in there. Usually they don't. Usually Goodwill, if they have a video game, they put it in like the glass case up front because they think it's worth something, and it's open season for the GameCube, the movie tie-in game, which I do own, that I did buy at a Goodwill. But sometimes they don't care and they put them in with the DVDs. So that's how I got that High School Musical Wii game. I've also gotten some old Sims games as well. I don't know if I have them on display. I know I have them. They're probably in a box. I have Sims 1 complete in box, which is cool. One of my friends was really into collecting cassettes for a while. He would go to like thrift stores in Seattle where he lived, and he would buy just a bunch of cassettes, especially like unmarked ones, and he would just listen to what was on them. And usually it was like people recording like music they made themselves, or like just random ass shit. And I thought that was so fascinating. I own the Love, Simon soundtrack on cassette. I'm telling you, I was so Simon pilled in 2018. It's so crazy. It's like embarrassing. Buying blank VHS tapes is great because that's the only way to get old Cartoon Network recordings now. I remember years ago, like over 10 years now, I think, I rewatched Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends from start to finish, and I was watching it on Watch Cartoon Online, and it wasn't just like DVD rips that they dumped online. It was old broadcast recordings with commercial breaks. And it was so fucking surreal the first time they were like, coming up next on Cartoon Fridays. It wasn't even, it was the period where it was just called Fridays. And it was like that blue F logo. Hosted by Tara Sands, the voice of Bulbasaur. And some other guy. So it was so crazy as I was making my way through the show, watching all the different eras of Cartoon Network fly by in succession. It was crazy. It was like, it kind of fucked my head up. I have a really tough time. Like, Pokemon is different because like I've been interacting with Pokemon on a nearly daily basis since I was a child. But I'm like so actually afraid to rewatch media from my childhood because I'm not emotionally prepared for the melancholy nostalgia that I will have about my youth gone away. Like, I've wanted to rewatch old SpongeBob for years, and I know it will fuck me up. So I just watch clips as they appear on my like TikTok and Twitter. I watch it in bite-sized pieces. Like, I've been kind of wanting to rewatch like Kids Next Door, and I think it would destroy me. I don't know if I could handle it. Because it's stuff I haven't interacted with since I was a child. So it's very weird to like want to revisit that for me. That's the same reason I hate, baby, I like it, the way you move on the floor. Dallas saw him in concert. He tells me about it every so often when it comes up in conversation. He won his tickets in a contest.
Hey, Rooney.
Jimmy, I literally bought the Love Simon on DVD because of how much you talked about it. I didn't watch it. You're not missing much. It is such a mid movie that honestly has not aged as well as I would have thought it would. Yes, he chose Enrique Iglesias over Paramore. I saw it in theaters 3 times, not 5. I saw it once with friends when it first came out, 2 of my gay friends. Then I saw it once by myself, and then I wanted to show my gay aunt the movie, so I took her to see it. And that was when I cried, because I was like experiencing it with her. And then I owned it on DVD or Blu-ray. And I would just like put it on in the background while I did stuff. Lady Bird, Love Simon, Call Me by Your Name. That got me through 2018. Just always putting them on. And Ghibli movies. So are we doing Taco Bell or Wendy's for Drag Race? I would like to do Taco Bell. I'm only gonna go for another 15 minutes because I am hungry. I would prefer Taco Bell, but we could get both. You can get Wendy's if you want. If they're not doing the dippable burritos anymore, I'm gonna get Wendy's. I don't care at all. Leave me alone. Okay. Yeah, they're not doing the burritos anymore. They're gone. So I want Taco Bell less now. I think I still do want it, but they were so good. Why couldn't you have been a Broadway gay? It's actually crazy to me. I really, like, what a missed opportunity for me while I lived in New York to try to get on Broadway in some way. Or take theater more seriously. I mean, the reason why I didn't pursue theater in like high school and stuff was because it was basically a way of, it would basically out me to my all boys Catholic high school, and I saw how they treated the sissies in the one sissy kid in my class who there was no way he was hiding that he was gay because he sounded like this. So there was no way that I was going to put myself in front of people and make people aware that I was gay. Instead, I just chose to not speak most of the day during high school unless I was talking to my friends. There was this one gay kid in the grade above me that was friends with a bunch of my friends, and he would always get in trouble because he was out of uniform, but he didn't care. And he would wear a cardigan over his like dress shirt and tie and everything, and I remember being like, I want to be you. You're so free. What the fuck? There were a few gay kids in my class, but they were all pretty closeted, except for one. And I reconnected with a few of them on Tinder after high school. And one of them I did think was hot, and we matched on Tinder a few times and sexted, but I found him insufferably annoying, so after we were done, I would always unmatch, because I was like, I actually hate you. I find you insufferable, but you are 6'5", so I guess I will sex with you. I never sent any pictures, though. Just dirty talk. I was too uncomfortable sending nudes. Sent ass pics though. But there were a bunch of gay guys that I didn't know, so I didn't interact with them. But there were like 2 or 3 gay guys in the grades above me that I would see. They all like knew each other and all had really nice sweaters that they would wear over their school uniform. And that's how I knew they were gay. And also their face. And how they talked. And how they walked. And everything about them. But yeah, I was afraid to be a theater kid. Because I did the play in 7th grade and I loved it. And I was so excited to get a bigger part when I was in 8th grade. Because they gave the big parts to the 8th graders. Because it was like, yeah, it's their last year in this theater group. Like, whatever. But because of the recession, they cut the budget and they fired the theater teacher. So we did not have a play in when I was in 8th grade. And then in high school, I was too afraid. I like visibly remember in freshman year seeing a poster for auditions for the play in the stairwell, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. I want to, but I can't. And then I just didn't. I shut it out completely. There are so many guys that I went to high school with that like pop up on my Instagram like recommended and that are gay now, and they're all cute. and most of them are bartenders at gay bars in New York. Or whatever city they move to. And like they're private, but there's like a ton of Rue girls following them. I'm like, good for you. You know what? And you know what? Good for you. I was like, I don't know why Jimbo from Drag Race follows you, but good for you. I can't tell. You're private. I don't know what you're posting, but I imagine it's probably good. If I went to a co-ed school and had even just one female friend in high school, I probably would have been a lot more comfortable being out. All boy high schools would teach you a lot about yourself, I discovered. Outside of like one guy that I knew in like junior and senior year, I didn't really have any crushes on anyone in my grade. There was one guy I had a crush on when I was a freshman, because he like was done with puberty and had huge muscles. And I remember in gym class he was peck bouncing for one of his friends, and I'm like, I was literally that meme of the girl looking at her boyfriend's huge boobs. It was so fucking insane. But most of the guys I had crushes on in high school were like the upperclassmen that I would see in the hallways. There was this one guy, I don't want to say his name because you could probably like Google like his nickname, because that's, I don't know. I remember reading they were writing articles because he was like he was on the powerlifting team and he was constantly setting records for our school, and they wrote like local news articles about him. But they called him Big and then his name, and I remember thinking that was so hot. And he was like a junior, I think, when I was a freshman. I would see him in the hallways, and he was like I'm not even, I honestly feel like he probably did steroids, because like looking back, there was no way that a high school boy was like that buff. Like it was actually insane. But I thought he was so hot. He had a buzz cut and a 5 o'clock shadow, because you weren't allowed to have facial hair, but he was Italian. So he shaved every morning before school, and I just thought he was so hot. And one of my classmates also had an older brother who was a senior when I was a freshman. And I remember he just had a really thick neck. And he was like 6'6", and I thought he was so hot. He was on the football team. My main crush in high school was on my calculus teacher, my geometry and calculus teacher, who was a football player in college, and he had the ass. He still had the ass. And he was like pretty young, like he was in his early 30s, but he had all gray hair. Sometimes I look up, there's a video of him on YouTube that I found on my school's YouTube account, and every so often when I'm like talking about like childhood crushes with friends of mine, I'll show the video and they're like, I don't get it. But work, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, he shaved that morning, but his facial hair grew very quickly. So by 2:43 in the afternoon, he's got the equivalent of 5 o'clock shadow, basically. And I just thought he was so sexy. I had such a little crush. I was so sad when he graduated. I was like, how am I going to get through the next 3 years while you're in college? If I'm not intimidated and scared, like trying not to stare at you in the hallway. This song would get me through everything. Was he even gay? Oh, absolutely not. I didn't care. Nowadays, I do not find myself attracted to any straight men. If they are not gay, I do not find them hot. But when I was in high school, I didn't care. I didn't think I was gonna date him. I just thought he was hot. I understood what you meant, Kent. I wonder if he would have taken it as a compliment that he was a 13-year-old gay boy's awakening. Absolutely not. I probably gotten the shit kicked out of me. Top 3 streamer pits. My boyfriend's, mine, Hassan's. My pick game is weak, it's fine. Yeah, but they're attached to you. People have to remember you went to a Catholic school. Yeah, in a very conservative neighborhood as well. They held a mock election for Obama versus Romney in my high school, and Romney won. I think people constantly forget that, like, straight boys, especially in 2011, would kill you if you were gay. I mean, I literally watched as, like, my friend, who was very outwardly gay and couldn't help it and tried so hard not to be, was called the F slur probably 5 times a day all 4 years of high school. Like, there was no way I was going to even remotely give any inkling that I was queer. I remember one time, these guys, who I didn't even really know, they tried to get me. So, not only did Safari at the time, I don't know if it's still like this, but Safari didn't just have, like, browsing history, it also had, like the cache data. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like a deeper setting in Safari where, like, it was a separate thing you had to clear that was, like, it, like, showed, like, all the websites that had, like, cookies on your computer or something like that. And I knew to delete that when I would look up gay stuff. But these guys, they were like, can we see your computer for a second? And I was, like, too timid and small to say no in study hall. So they, like, slid my computer down and they went and they, like, tried to see what my search history was. And it was empty because it was, like, YouTube and, like, GameStop.com. Because, like, I was always deleting that shit if I looked up anything gay. But, like, they tried to get me. They would have outed me in that moment if I was not, like, mentally ill aware of all the things I need to delete to hide my secrets about the men that I am Googling. The Kohl's.com men's underwear department that I am scrolling through. The softcore YouTube videos of men oiling each other that I would watch. There was one YouTube channel that I found it was literally like they were posting the equivalent of, like, what people with OnlyFans do. Like, they post, like, previews. They would post, it would be like, I think it was called The Best Flex. And they would literally just be like a minute-long video of, like, a guy with muscles but, like, pants on, like, flexing and getting oiled up. And like, the idea was, like, you would go to their website to see the full video, but I was too afraid to do that. I didn't look up porn until I was, like actual porn until I was, like, 17 or something. Maybe 18. I waited a long time because I was afraid of it, like, basically confirming what was painfully obvious to me. But yeah. I remember just watching those videos. It's probably why I don't really care about, like, nudity. Like, I do not need to see actual sex happening. in my freak time. Half the shit I watch is not even like, there's no dick involved. Like, it's just hot people posing hot and doing like hot things. I don't know. I think for the longest time I was too afraid to look at nudity, so I like trained my brain to imagine it with my fucking apple seeing powers. I read a lot of erotic stories as well. And they would be sexual for sure, but I just was like obviously I'm not gonna be upset if I'm watching a video and they fucking pulled their dick out, but like I don't need it. Like it's not integral to my enjoyment of the video. Me and Ethel Kane, I swear to God, like that video was me. Like I'm literally doing what she did in that video. Like nobody asked at all. I'm telling you, she has Wetsy blood. She has Wetsy blood in her.
Hi, Scuba. Hi, Rudy. My baby girl.
Whether she is a Wetsy or not, she has Wetsy blood. She does give the vibes that she would be one, though. I feel like Ethel Kane would fuck with my streams if I ended up on her algorithm. I should listen to her music. I literally only know her from her Zelda Switch unboxing video. I think Corey King has Wetsy blood. Down. Yes. Yes. Agreed. I had a lot of random ass people follow me after I was on Just Trish because they listened to the podcast and they liked me on it. I'm Oomfies with a contestant from Hell's Kitchen because they followed me from being on the podcast. I was like, this is so weird. This is crazy. I am Groot. Groot's pronouns are Groot Groot. Mind you, they go by Groot Groot. You're one person away from Gordon Ramsay. That's more than I'd like. Or that's less than I'd like. I don't care for him. I don't like to watch a straight man yell at people. Have you thought about how you're a few people away from Gaga through Trish? How? He's the only straight man I like to watch yell at people, though. I think I just get triggered by straight men yelling in general. Also, there's something about, like, I think the, like, being a fan of Gordon Ramsay is almost like millennial internet humor to me. That I'm like, I can't with this. Alright, it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna have this be my last reset here, so we can get food and watch Drag Race. Encounter, whatever. No, we'll do one more. 369. That's a satisfying number. We'll do one more. I do know that Chapel Roan's creative director, Misha, I think she watches Just Trish, which is cool. Very cool. I'd love to meet her. And just be like, hi, have a nice day, and then I leave, because I'm too shy to talk to people. When I went to the, like, after, it was not really an after party, it was like 15 minutes in the green room before they kicked us out of the venue, but, and we just had pizza. But after Trish's Trishmas show, we went to the green room to just, like, chat, and Scarlet Envy was there. And I was too afraid to go up to her because I didn't want to annoy her. But she walked by. I was like, hi, you look pretty. Dylan Mulvaney was there too. And I'm trying to think of who else was there. The Fatima. The guy who completely misunderstood the Fatima meme was there. I'm trying to think who else. That's really it that I recognized who they were. Hello, Michael. Goodbye, Michael. I'm about to end. Hey! Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm gonna raid Rozo, who's playing some fucking game. I don't know. I never know what the hell he's playing. But I love Rozo. And he's been on Twitch about just as long as I have. Yeah, we got a shiny today. We got Mareep. That's pretty great. Take care of yourselves, guys. Should be live tomorrow. Not sure with what, but I'll be live. And then I'll be off again. I'll be back to work. So, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Good night. Bye.